It wasn't until he saw the serial killer's latest video comment that the CEO finally breathed a sigh of relief. He was proud that his plan to have his wife die in place of the scheming woman had successfully fooled the killer, so he took everyone to a bar to celebrate the scheming woman's lucky escape, eagerly awaiting his wife's return 3 days later. Little did he know, his wife wouldn't be coming back this time. She was actually an immortal, born with the power to infinitely resurrect. At first she hated this ability, because dying over and over brought pain 1,000 times worse than death. But every time the CEO was in danger, she would always step in and take the fatal blow for him. And despite the pain, she had been grateful for this power, because it allowed her to protect the man she loved. But then the CEO ordered her to be the body double for the scheming woman, because the serial killer had threatened to strike during her performance 3 days later. To protect the scheming woman, the CEO demanded his wife take her place on stage, because he knew she couldn't die. What he didn't know was how terrified she was of the killer's brutal methods, so she refused, only for the CEO to threaten her by holding up her mother's jade bracelet. She couldn't believe it. After dying so many times for him, he still had no sympathy. That was the moment she gave up completely and decided to permanently shut down her immortality. After confirming with the system multiple times, she finally removed the ability. But with it gone, her body began to weaken. The CEO instructed the staff to bring her food, but instead of feeling cared for, she was only reminded of how little he knew her. After 5 years of marriage, he still didn't know she hated braised pork. When she confronted him, he said her preferences didn't matter, because gaining weight made her look more like the scheming woman. That's when she realized everything he had done was just to mold her into someone else. Forced to eat despite feeling sick, the CEO poured her a glass of water, trying to show some guilt, but she slapped the glass to the floor, then dragged her frail body and pulled out divorce papers. Without even glancing, the CEO ripped them apart and walked away coldly. Just then, the scheming woman moved in with her luggage, bragging that the CEO was worried about her safety, so he let her stay in the couple's bedroom. She even mocked the wife, saying the serial killer liked to gouge out eyes, especially of women who looked like her. But the wife replied she should go find out for herself. The scheming woman got angry, smashed a glass, and cut herself to frame the wife. The noise brought the CEO running, and when he saw the blood and broken glass, he exploded with rage. He immediately ordered the staff to drag the wife to the ancestral hall for punishment. Soon it was the day of the performance, and the wife was horrified to discover that her best friend had also been killed. Devastated, she tried to rush out with her phone, but the CEO stopped her. He said the only important thing was for her to go on stage in the scheming woman's place. Despite her desperate begging, he refused to let her go, pretending to care. He said that once they caught the killer, no one else would get hurt. Those words shattered the last bit of hope in her heart. Then the show began, but just as it started, all the lights in the venue went out. When they came back on, the wife had vanished from the stage. The CEO panicked, immediately deployed all security. He thought everything was still under control, until he found her blood-stained earring in the hallway, and only then did true fear begin to creep into his heart.